Okay, hi. Well, we're back to do our video, but first I'd like to apologize for last week's video that was sideways. Little technical glitch, we figured it out, so hopefully everything will be perfect the next couple times. If not, you can also comment on it, so no big deal. So,
Hi, I'm Debbie Cannon
and I'm Diana Riggio.
with Keller Williams Tyler.
And I'm Rusty Jackson with Finance of America Mortgage, Tyler.
Well, as we're here at Finance of America for the second of our series with Rusty Jackson, our loan advisor, and he's going to talk about people who think they can't buy a home because their credit's not good.
And there's a lot of people that think that they can't get a loan.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a great opportunity for people to really listen to this video and maybe even try. All they can say is no, right?
Exactly.
So Rusty, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I've been a loan advisor for a little over 4 years now. Grew up in the Tyler area, went to high school here, graduated from UT Tyler. So very familiar with Tyler and the surrounding areas.
Awesome.
Okay, Rusty, people are wondering, do I have to have perfect credit to buy a house?
I get that question all the time. You do not have to have perfect credit to buy a house. Generally speaking, we can go down to a 620. If you have collections, that's not the end of the world. For FHA, we can, it's more or less a case-by-case situation, but we can go down to a 580. Even if your credit is below 580, we're still happy to work with you and see what we can do to put you on a path for improvement.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys hear that? A 580. There's a possibility of getting a loan with a 580. That's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty good. I do have a question. Now, medical never used to be common, but it still is now, correct?
Thank goodness medical is one thing we can turn a complete blind eye to. We can delete any medical collections. Thank goodness. I hope they don't ever change that because most people seem to have some kind of medical collections that they might not even never know about.
Oh, trust me, I know that.
6 months worth. So what do they need to do if their credit isn't perfect?
If their credit isn't perfect, this is a reservation a lot of people have is they don't want to pull their credit report because they don't want a hard inquiry that could potentially lower their score even more. I always tell people, let's go ahead and pull a copy of your credit report. It may hurt it may not.
Right.
But if it does hurt it, let's take one step backwards so we can get on a path to move forward. Once they fill out an application, we just need basic general information, name, address, social security number, and date of birth. On the application to pull a copy of the credit report, that's all we need for that. And that way I can have a copy of the report, I can look over it, and more often than not, I can put you on a path for improvement.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I look at a credit report and it's beyond my expertise,
Yeah.
but we've got some good credit repair companies that we work with who are the experts in that, and we can refer you to them. But more often than not, we can probably do it on our own where you're not having to pay another company a fee to do that, but occasionally we do kind of have to refer them to the credit experts to do that.
You get a lot of people that are surprised that they can buy a house.
A lot of times they are, like they think their credit may be mediocre and maybe they're a little nervous, and then once we get them pre-approved, they're surprised, number one, that they're pre-approved, and number two, they're surprised that a lot of times their mortgage payment is less than what they're paying in rent.
Right.
See, that's a great thing, when
Yes.
your mortgage payment is less than what you're paying in
Right.
rent.
And that way you're building equity in your house instead of paying a mortgage for your landlord.
Exactly.
And the applications, can you get them online? Do they call you? Do they
Sure,
call us?
we pretty much have 3 ways to do the application. They can do it online, we can take the application over the phone, or if they'd like to come in the office and sit down and meet with us, we can take the application that way.
Okay. What do people need to do to start the process? You kind of covered that, I think.
To start the process, just get in touch with us. They can go to applywithrusty.com online to fill out an application, or give me a call and kind of tell me, a lot of times I like to have people paint the picture for me. Not everybody's you know, situations are the same.
Right.
There's no one size fits all box, so I appreciate it when they kind of give me the background and tell me what they're trying to do and kind of paint the picture, you know, so we know what they're trying to accomplish. I mean, generally, they want to buy a house, but I do appreciate the background information and them telling me their story and, you know, what they're trying to accomplish. It helps me do my job better.
Well, it's kind of like being a real estate agent. Our
Yes.
job is about relationships.
Absolutely.
And that's what your job is as well.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
It's all about
It
relationships,
is.
the whole process.
Mhm.
So, what documentation do they need to bring you? I guess once, even if they go online and fill it out, and you talk to them afterwards.
Sure, if we think we may just have bad credit, you know, we just need minimal information to pull a copy of their credit report. If their credit's great and we're getting an approval in our system, you know, and they're pre-approved, you know, to start house hunting, you know, with y'all, where we can
Right.
send you a pre-approval letter, then we'll need some more documentation. We'll need a month's worth of pay stubs, 2 months of bank statements, 2 years of W-2s, and a copy of a driver's license and social security card, and 2 years of tax returns.
Okay.
It's generally speaking the paperwork we need up front. If they've been divorced in the past, I know that's something people may or may not have regularly or readily available, but we generally will need a copy of their divorce decree as well.
Okay.
And sometimes we get the question, why do you need my divorce decree? And really the main thing we need on there is to see if they're paying child support or alimony or something like that. And that's, people, you know, sometimes are like, you're prying into my life. Well, we kind of are a little bit. You
Right.
know, we're generally loaning, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, so we are technically prying in just a little bit. But,
Right.
but that's what we're looking for in a divorce
Right,
decree.
and the
is-
title company looks for something totally different, and they'll need
Sure.
a copy of it too.
Sure.
Right.
So just make the copy and be done with it.
Right, and if they don't have a copy, a lot of times we can, you know, if we know the county and the state that they're divorced in, some of them are available online, but if not, we can usually make a phone call, they can email or fax, you know, a copy to us if they don't have one available.
That's okay.
And as a real estate agent, though, we should ask a lot of those questions prior to getting them to you.
Sure.
If we already have that paperwork for them, we can just
Yeah, we
send
can,
it right over.
absolutely.
It would be helpful
Right,
and make the process go quicker.
it does
right?
make it go quicker.
Okay.
The paperwork is the main thing we need, you know, as quick as we can to get the mortgage process started. So the sooner we can get that, and the sooner everybody gathers that, because we understand most people probably don't have all that in a stack just sitting there waiting on us, so it takes time to gather it.
Right.
Mine's in
Right.
boxes all over.
I was gonna say mine is too.
And the boxes are not marked, so you
Right.
have to go through the boxes.
Well, how long do you think it takes for a credit repair to, you know, is it 3 months, 5 months?
It's more of a case by case situation. You know, we try to estimate the time frame when we're looking at it. Sometimes we say let's touch base in 3 to 4 months. If it's, you know, nothing huge, maybe we only need, you know, 15 or 20 points. Say we need, you know, 50 to 100 points. You know, it could be a 6-month process. I mean, we've had some clients that it's taken them over a year. You know, it's two things generally help with credit the most are time and money. So it's, you know, kind of a case by case. Some people have more money that they can pay down some credit card balances or whatnot. Some people may not. So it's almost a, you know, like we said earlier, there's no one size fits all box. So it's kind of a case by case situation. But you know, sometimes we've seen it, you know, in 30 days. I mean, it can go quick. It just depends what it is. But it's better to start the credit repair process sooner than later, for
So
sure.
it's well worth it for them to start the process and at least investigate it.
Absolutely. Even let's say you're at a 580 and we happen to get an approval, it's probably going to charge to lock in the interest rate what's called a discount point. It may charge 1 to 2% of a discount point. So sometimes I tell, you know, clients, instead of you paying $2,000 to lock in that interest rate, I'd rather you pay down a credit card balance, which is going to benefit you more and increase your credit score. Say we get you to that 620 mark, we probably won't have to charge that discount rate. and at least you were able to pay down the balance.
That's great news.
That is good news.
That is good news.
Well, that just about wraps it up for the questions. Rusty, thank you so much for answering all those questions.
Thank y'all for coming in and visiting with us.
Well, I'm hoping this will assist people in at least getting the process started to get a home loan. Just remember, it's you just have to just take that chance and just try.
And I tell people all the time, 90% of my job is answering questions. That's what I'm here for. I mean, if they want to call me with any questions, that's what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to start an application. They may just have some questions, and please call me. That's what I'm here for. That's a major part of my job is answering questions.
Right. I love that.
So don't be scared to call with a
Yeah,
question.
don't be
There's no
scared.
secret.
I mean, he's not going to bite you.
This is
No,
probably
no,
the
no,
nicest
Will.
guy I know, so just come see him.
Yeah.
So let's see. My aha was about the pay down from 580 to 620. How you'd rather just have them get to the 620, even if it's 2 months time or whatever, to wait that so that they're not charged that amount of money.
Right.
What about you, Debbie?
Well, I think I like the fact that it's a relationship, that you get to know them as a person, you get to know their story, and it's case by case.
It is.
It's not one size fits all. So I really like that because I think that's what some people think. I think they think that, well, if I don't have an 800 score and I don't have this or this or this, then
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to make it. So I just like that part of it. I love that part of it.
So Rusty, give the information to our audience how they can contact you.
The easiest way to contact me is on my cell phone. My number is 903-714-2480. And if they'd like to go to my website and fill out an application, they can visit my website. It's applywithrusty.com.
Okay.
Okay, and then next week we will be having Cody Castagno, and he will be talking about VA loans. So if you're interested in a VA loan, turn in May 15th, and we'll have that video on in the afternoon with Cody Castagno of Finance of America.
Okay. I'm Debbie Cannon
And I'm Diana Riggio.
with Keller Williams.
Tyler.
Rusty?
And I'm Rusty Jackson with Finance of America. Tyler, we'll see you next week.